Hi, welcome back to Art by Clark, and I'm Mrs. Clark, and we are going to be making an Elements of Art chart today. And why we're doing this, the elements of art are in every piece of artwork that we do, and it's very important to create this and know them. So what do we need to make this? Well, we need a white piece of paper, we need a pencil, a black marker or a Sharpie, we need crayons or markers, and we need a scissor. So we're gonna get all our supplies together and let's get going. We're gonna be making the Elements of Art chart. I wanted to give you a little back history on the elements and why we're doing this. All art have these 7 elements in it, or most of them. And I just wanted to show you what they were before we create it. So first of all, this is all of them. And you see we have space, color, shape, and there's actually some principles in this too. But as you can see, if you look at these words, they're probably in your artwork. These are the elements. We're going to do the top ones, which is line, shape, color, texture, form, value, and space. Most of the time, the first 3 are used, but you'll realize we use almost all 7 all the time. Here is line. As you see, it comes all sorts of different ideas. Then we have, and line is the path of a point moving through space. Shape is a self-contained defined area of geometric and organic form. Then color or hue comes from 3 primaries in black and white. They have 3 properties: hue, value, and intensity. And look at all these cool designs. We have value, which is the lightness and darkness of a color, also called tone. And then we have texture. Texture is the surface quality of the shape: rough, smooth, soft, hard, glossy, and it could be physical or visual. Form. Oh, it's 3-dimensional geometric figure. You've learned this in kinder. Sphere. Cube, cylinder, cone, as opposed to a shape, which is your 2D that you learn in math all the time. And then the last one will be space. Space goes into a picture and makes your picture less flat and makes it look more 3D. So it's the area of perspective. So knowing that, let's get started. As you see, we're gonna have 8 triangles. One of them will be the title, and let's get going. So first you're gonna have a rectangle piece of paper. Rectangle is not what we need a square. So the trick on doing this, which I've taught when we've done origami, is that you fold your triangle so it touches the side and is very nice and straight. And then with your scissor, you would then just cut it. And just remember, you guys, thumb to the sky and fingers to the ground, and never have it upside down. Okay. Now we have one fold. Well, we're going to fold to the other side to make an X marks the spot. And I know there's some pirates out there. Arg. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. We actually need 8. So we need to fold it now straightways to make a smaller rectangle, as you can see, yes. And then we'll open it up and make one more. And now we are ready to go. I'm going to use a Sharpie, but I highly recommend using a pencil because pencils have this eraser on it. Yes, see this eraser? It has an eraser. So I'm going to use a marker because I'm going to be bold here and hopefully I don't make mistakes. And I'm going to write the 7. We're going to first outline the lines so we could see it better. We're going to do that one, do the other straight line. And if you have a ruler, you can always use a ruler, but I don't think you really need it for this project. I'm going to do the diagonals now, best I can, and make this beautiful asterisk, or what I call a snowflake look, or a star. Now that we have this made, one of these triangles will be the title, and we'll just write elements of art. Now we have to write our 7. We have line, shape, form, ooh, I was about to turn that, color, texture, space, and value. I may have not shown it in this order. It really doesn't matter what order as long as you have all 7. I'm going to draw a line underneath them to help me because I think I want to do different color for that. I'm going to bring that all the way across to do my headers. And now we are ready to make the designs. So, what are we going to do first? Well, I like to do line. It's kind of a simple one. And as you see here next to me, these are the ones I designed. It could be whatever you want it to be. So lines, as I've taught them from in kindergarten, are zigzag, wavy. We have your straight line. We have your loop-de-loop line and the curly Q line is what I always called it. And it looks like I'm out of space, so I'm going to rotate this now. And the shapes, let's think of math. What shapes do we know? We know triangle, rectangle, square. Oh no, mine's going a little tilty. Circle. See why you should use a pencil? Oh, let me see. I will do I think that's a trapezoid. And that seems to fit that area. Now for form, form is 3D. And what would that be? I know. A cube. And this is how I draw a cube. I draw the square first, then I go diagonal, diagonal, and diagonal, as you can see. And then I just draw my straight horizontal line and then my vertical line. For a triangle, or you'd call this a triangle or rectangular prism, you draw the triangle, put a diagonal in the back, and then connect the dots. For, let me see, a rectangle one, it would just be longer than the square, and then do diagonal, diagonal, diagonal with some lines. A cone is basically an upside down V with a curve, and then you do another line there and just curve it. So those are some forms. I know you could probably think of a lot more. Color, color. Not complicated at all. You could do a rainbow. You could do one color. You could do polka dots. Oh, I'm going to do pink. And then I'm going to do purple, which is my favorite color. Then I'm going to do pink. And I'm going to do purple. And guess what? I'm doing a pattern. Yeah, I like patterns. And a pink, and a purple, and last we'll do a pink. And like the title says, it's just color. It could be any kind of design you want. Texture. Yeah, texture's a tough one. You could basically draw me something soft, something hard, but I always like to draw a cactus. And the reason why is cactus or cacti are spiky. So they're always good for texture. So how do you draw a cactus? You would draw a finger or a very skinny upside down U. Do a little wavy line at the bottom for the ground. and I always make my cactus strong. So I curve it up, and then rainbow, and then curve it back down. And I'll do this the same way. But it's not texture unless it has spikes. So spike, 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 spike. You could do something that is wet, something that's smooth. You could even do something that's bumpy. It's really up to you. But I'm doing a cactus for texture, and I'll color that in later. For space, I'm going to show you a little trick for space to add some 3D to your picture. First, you're going to draw a horizontal line. Then you're going to draw an upside down V, but a skinny one. So as you see, I did a line with an upside down V. Now, why did I do that? Well, I'm going to do a road. And I'm going to start with those middle little divider lines. I'm going to make them big at the start, make them get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So the road is disappearing into the distance. I'll add a couple like mountains in the background, maybe even put some clouds in the sky. And what I did was I added 3D or dimension into my picture. It's not coming out, it's going in. So you see it's going in, not out. The last one is value. Not one that I've really taught much. I teach it in 5th grade, but I'm going to show you by using a pencil. That's why I said that you needed a pencil. And what we're going to do is we're going to start really dark and end up with white. So if you watch here, I'm going to start. I'm going to press really hard with the pencil, try to get as black as I can. Then I'm going to press a little lighter, and a little lighter, and a little lighter, a little lighter, and get stopped. And if you're not seeing it, then we go a little darker. Just keep going over it. And the idea is that we're putting a tint of gray. And as you see, it's making a value. And this one is of the pencil color, which is kind of a gray color. You could do this with a color as well and start very dark and then end as light as you can. Now that we're done, it's going to be your turn. And you're going to now color this in, and it's going to be beautiful. And then, once you are complete, it's going to look a lot like this one is, where you see I've put in line colors, I colored in the shapes, I also colored in the titles, and then even my value stands out, and my little mountain drawing, and look at even my cactus for my texture. I did a rainbow for this one, and then you'll be complete. So, as you can see, it's nice and complete. It goes from this to this. So I hope you had fun learning all about the elements of art. I cannot wait to see your finished results. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.